Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Robert. How's it going? Got 0 viewers right now, but that's okay. I don't know if people are gonna even watch this at all, but I'm gonna cover some of the things that dropped with the DC FanDome schedule, and I wanted to take a look at that right now. So let's pull that up. Now, there's some pretty cool things that popped up here, and I definitely want to touch on some of that. So here it is. So I know that every YouTuber, everybody's pretty much talked about it, but I kind of am just going to highlight some of the things I want to highlight, and I think they're going to be the most important panels that drop for the FanDome event. So let's take a look here. So obviously they have the Hall of Heroes, the Watchverse, the Kidsverse. Oh man, getting blown up here on my phone. Let's turn that off real quick. Yeah, so got the Hall of Heroes, Watchverse, Kidsverse, Uverse, Funverse, Insideverse. Most of the people are going to be sticking to the Hall of Heroes and Watchverse. Those are the two that are kind of running everything either one time and that's it, or they're running it. Sorry, I got a dog right here trying to drink water. Or they're going to do an encore presentation. You know, in your Kidsverse, your Uverse, your Funverse, Insideverse, it's kind of where you can go and catch some things that are, let's pull it up a little bit bigger. There we go. Flip that around. That are going to be able to be played multiple times throughout the day. So going and looking here, we got the Wonder. So I'm going to just cover the Hall of Heroes because in my opinion, the Hall of Heroes is kind of the one that is the most interesting. So let's take a look. Wonder Woman 84 panel, that's the way to start it off. That's the first movie that's coming out post DC FanDome, and I think that's the best way to start it off, to just kick everything off and say, hey, look, this is Wonder Woman 1984. I think we're going to get a Cheetah-centric trailer of some sort there. I think they're finally going to reveal what Cheetah looks like officially, not on a McDonald's cup or whatever that cup was or anything like that. I think we're going to finally get an official look at that. Let's see. We got the Warner Brothers Games Montreal announcement. Looks like that's going to be the Batman game that everybody's been speculating about for the past 2 or 3 months here. I mean, I don't know much about it. I know that there's been talk that it's going to cover and discuss different things when it comes to the Court of Owls. Is that what it's going to be? I don't know. Hopefully, I'd like to see that. I personally, and I really, really wish they would do this. I've loved the Arkham games. I've loved the Batman games. But to me, they've gotten a lot like the Assassin's Creed games where it's just the same thing over and over and over again. It's so repetitive. And to me, I wish they would branch off and do something different. Maybe go back to that Batman game at some point in time, but I wish there was that talk about a Superman video game in the same vein as what Arkham was. I'd love to see them do something like that with Superman at some point. Let's see. But yeah, it's probably going to be the Batman game, and that's pretty much what we're going to get there. Sandman universe, enter the dreaming. Not really concerned or excited about that. I can't say I'm not excited. I've not checked out the Sandman at all, the book. I've not read it. I haven't heard it yet. I know that Ray Porter, is a voice on the audible version or the audio version. I want to get that. I want to check it out. I just can't get excited about something that I don't really know much about when it comes to the Sandman. I do want to check it out. I just haven't gotten there yet. As you can see, it's not checked for me to check it out. Maybe what I'll probably do, those first 2 panels, I'll watch straight through, maybe go grab a snack, sit down and check out the Sandman universe, or I might jump over to the Watchverse or Kidsverse or wherever and see something else over there. We got Multiverse 101 panel. That I think is going to be real exciting because I want to point this out here. Get schooled in this engaging refresher course of the creation of the multiverse with DC Chief Creative Officer and Publisher Jim Lee, Warner Brothers Pictures President of DC-based film production Walter Hamada, and Berlanti Productions founder, DC TV mega producer Greg Berlanti. And that's 30 minutes that we're going to get of this. This is kind of an important moment, I think, for this whole DC FanDome event, as well as moving forward with everything. Because if you really think about it, DC FanDome is going to explain where everything is moving forward when it comes to the DC film universe, as well as the TV and comics. Pay attention to that very specifically, because it shows multiverse right here. We've been talking about it. They're building this multiverse within the film universe, within the comic universe, within the TV universe. Everything's going to be connected in some form or fashion. That's why this panel is so important, because this is setting the stage for everything moving forward. And if you take a look after that, the first panel after discussing what the multiverse is, how it came to be, is the Flash panel. Now, granted, the Flash panel is only 10 minutes long, but it makes sense because the Flash panel and the Flash movie is supposed to be a multiverse type of movie. It's going to set up all the films and movies moving forward. I think we're going to get an announcement officially here that Michael Keaton will be Batman in this film in some form or fashion. I wouldn't be surprised if we got maybe some snippets, not snippets, but tidbits on what to expect when it comes to that movie. So I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to see what they bring for that panel. And, you know, the big thing, guys, Ezra Miller's around still. Star Ezra Miller. He's around. I know people want to sit there and say, oh, what he did is unnecessary. It was ridiculous what he did. They should get rid of him. He's not going anywhere at this point, guys. They've just skipped over it, said, forget it. We're moving forward with Ezra Miller. And honestly, why is it such a big deal if they don't keep Ezra Miller? I mean, this cancel culture has gotten kind of ridiculous in my opinion, and we've not heard his side of the story or even that woman's side of the story. So I would say that Warner Brothers has done their due diligence and found out exactly what happened, and they are good with moving forward with Ezra Miller. I'm sure if they would have investigated and found that it was something that was a little not cool, they would have moved on from him. But they're keeping him on, and they're moving forward, and I think that's where we as fans have to leave it. Let's just trust that they're going in the right direction with this Flash movie, keeping Ezra Miller. The Muschietis seem to be real excited about it. I'm excited about it. You should be excited about it too. That's what I say. What else do we got here? So we got the Flash, and then we got the Beyond Batman panel. This is kind of interesting because it's the Batman of swinging 60s culture clashes with the Batman of the far-flung future when Batman Beyond is his mentor. Old Bruce Wayne intercept a broadcast of the 1966 Batman TV show. It's 5 minutes. Not really sure what to expect with that. I mean, check it out. I mean, it's Batman related. I'm a huge Batman fan. If I got time, if I got that 5 minutes, I will check it out. But there is that. Next big one, the Suicide Squad panel. Now, this is huge. This is big because, I mean, that's one of the upcoming films, directed by James Gunn, written by James Gunn. He's going to be taking fan questions and brings out Task Force X for a fast-paced, no-holds-bar Suicide Squad showdown that tests every team member's squad knowledge and survival skills. James Gunn has been teasing that he's going to show a trailer here, our first look. So I think we're going to get our first look of the Suicide Squad at this panel, which is excellent. Is he going to reveal everything? No, I don't think that. Honestly, I mean, I know everybody believes that Idris Elba is going to be Bronze Tiger. There's some people who think he's playing Vigilante. I don't think we're even going to get that. Maybe the trailer reveals that. I don't see James Gunn or Idris actually stating who he's playing during the actual panel, but maybe they do. I do think there might be some fun there. I mean, James Gunn is a good guy, or I can't say good guy. I know his past, but again, cancel culture and all that fun stuff. But he's a fun guy when it comes to this kind of stuff. He likes having fun. He likes playing with the viewers and everything like that. So I'm going to keep that in mind. I'm looking forward to the Suicide Squad. While I still can't wait to see and hear about David Ayer's Suicide Squad. That's kind of, Suicide Squad looks interesting too. I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to skip a few things here because we got the Legacy of the Bat panel. Again, it's another Batman-centric thing. It's 15 minutes long, and it's a discussion of wide scope of the Batman universe, including the Bat family, of characters. Key talents from comics, TV games will provide insight into the world of the Caped Crusader. I'm thinking that's where the Val Kilmer part is going to be, because he's on the guest list and he's going to show up. I think he's going to be part of the Legacy of the Bat, maybe in the Multiverse one as well. Not 100% sure, but we'll see. Chris Dockery performance. My fiance and I actually had a discussion today on who Chris Dockery was. I didn't realize who he was. Wasn't really interested in that. I think it's kind of weird that they're doing this whole performance thing in the middle of this. I think it kind of takes away from anything, but whatever. Hey, he's a big fan of DC Comics and he wants to be part of it. Whatever. Good on him. Joker put on a happy face. This one here, featuring interviews with filmmakers, industry legends, discover the origins and evolution of the Joker and learn why the Clown Prince of Crime is universally hailed as the greatest comic book supervillain of all time. And it's only 5 minutes, which is interesting because I know that we're supposed to have Todd Phillips and Queen Phoenix show up. Yes, it's Queen. He's supposed to show up. They're supposed to show up at some point at DC FanDome. Some people think it could be there, but being that it's only 5 minutes, it's hard to believe that that's the case. But hey, who knows? Maybe it is. Jim Lee portfolio review. I mean, come on. Who doesn't want to learn more and see more of Jim Lee? I mean, he is a legend when it comes to DC Comics and comic books, period. So that is absolutely something. It's somebody I think that everybody should watch completely. Again, it's only going to be 10 minutes, but come on, Jim Lee. Look at him. Come on. Gotta watch it. Let's see. Surprise DC Comics panel. It's a surprise DC comic. That's it. 20 minutes. I am kind of speculating that this is going to be a reveal of what the next big event is for DC Comics. The next Crisis, the next Rebirth, the next, Flashpoint, that kind of thing. It's going to be some big event that's going to happen within the DC Comics universe. And I think that's what this is all about. I know a lot of people think that it's going to be movie related. I don't. It says comics right there. I've talked to so many people on Twitter, on Facebook. They're like, what is this? What movie could this be? And it's not going to be a movie. Remember, this isn't just about movies. This is also about the comics, the TV shows, and so on and so forth. So that there, I think that's going to be a discussion about the big event that's going to happen within DC. I've heard what it's called, and I apologize. I can't remember what it is. Hey, South Cali guy, what's going on, man? It's all right. It's all right. Yes, Jim Lee, definitely a legend. Maybe you can help me out real quick. I can't remember what the is. The upcoming event for DC is the big event that they're having. I know I've seen it. I'm sure you've seen it on Twitter somewhere, South Cali. But thanks for joining me. This was kind of just impromptu. I kind of had a few free minutes here. I just got home a little bit ago, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to sit down, jump on for about 20, 25 minutes and talk. But thanks for joining in. Absolutely. A lot of surprises coming from DC FanDome. Anyways, so moving on, the DC Comics panel, it's going to be something cool. Definitely, I'm going to check that out. Big DC comic fan, so got to check it out. I'm Batman, the voices behind the cow. Again, that could be where Val Kilmer shows up as well. Everyone has their favorite Batman, but for audience around the world, their favorite Batman has a local sound. It's time to meet the voices behind the cow. I think that's where we're going to get, Kevin Conroy and some of the other people who have voiced the character over the years. Pretty much says that right here. It's going to many global vocal actors portraying the Dark Knight when the super dubbers who lend their talents to Caped Crusader on screen, big and small over the world, come together for the first time ever. Not sure if it's going to be simply the ones who are out there doing the dubs, but I don't know. That one is kind of, I'm interested to see what it is. It's marked off to check it out, but I don't think any big surprise are going to be there. But this is getting into my big thing here, and this is what I've been building to. The Snyder Cut of Justice League panel. Here it is, guys. This is the moment everybody's been waiting for. Whether you're a fan of Snyder or not, this is the biggest moment for DC FanDome. And it's only 25 minutes long, which is kind of disappointing. I was really hoping they'd give him like 45 minutes to an hour, but it looks like there's nothing that's more than 30 minutes for the most part here. Zack Snyder is going to field questions from fans and a few surprise guests as he discusses his eagerly awaited upcoming cut of the 2017 feature film and the movement that made it happen. Here's a few things I want to point out. The Snyder Cut of Justice League panel. Everybody's talking about what the name of this movie is going to be. Is that it? Did we get it there? The Snyder Cut of Justice League, is that what it's going to be? Everybody wants it to be Zack Snyder's Justice League. He did mention at Justice Con that there are some red tape, some legal issues that are keeping him from doing that, even though that is the name that everybody wants. I think that the Snyder Cut of Justice League could very well be a title that they're going with, or it's just kind of a like placeholder where they don't want to give away the title there because people want to know what it is so badly, and that they'll release the official title during the panel. I'm hoping it's Zack Snyder's Justice League. I know a lot of people are thinking it's going to be Zack Snyder's Justice League Part 1, different things like that. Whatever it is, whatever you believe, I would say don't hold on to the Snyder Cut of Justice League being the name. I think it's just a placeholder. It could turn out to be the name. I don't hate it, but it's not my favorite with that. The guests. Zack Snyder is going to have some guests there as well. It's going to be the League, guys. People are like, oh, Cavill's off in England shooting The Witcher and Ben's over in LA. Do you not realize this is a completely virtual event? So as long as they have computer and an internet connection, they can sit down and do this panel, which they've already recorded. I believe, we've seen a snippet of the Suicide Squad panel, which dropped 3 days ago. And I think that the entire League is going to be there. There's no reason why they can't be. Let's see. Before I move on there, really only got a couple people watching, so I will take you, man. I share your stuff all the time. Do you think we get an announcement for either movie or show? In movie form or TV series? Yes, I think that's 100%. We're getting clarification on what we're getting. And Zack alluded to at Justice Con that he thinks that it would work better as a series of sorts. He understands and thinks it could still work as a movie, one long movie, but he thinks that it would work best as a series. And I think that's what we're going to get. We're going to get a series when it comes to this, whether it's a 1 part, 2 part, 3 parts, however it is. Well, obviously more than 1 part, but we're going to get a series. A lot of people speculate it's going to be 6 episodes. I am in the belief that it's probably going to be around 3, at most 4, just going off of the idea that there's the amount of footage that we kind of believe that there is. Sorry, dog is sitting here trying to drink water again. Sorry. But yeah, I think overall it's going to be a series. So don't worry about that. I think that's, and then, there's some people who sit there and say, that's ruining his initial vision. I don't think it is at all, because it's not about whether it's created as a series or as a movie. It's about putting the content out there and what the story is he wanted to tell. There's no compromise if he splits it up into a series. The compromise would come is if he has to change his story. He has to change Steppenwolf to look like the CGI mess that it was in the 2017 version. It's compromise if he has to make Batman smile when Superman arrives. It's a compromise if Cavill doesn't have his mustache is CGI'd off. Like, that's compromise. Compromise isn't saying, well, let's take this whole story that I've envisioned and that I wrote and let's break it into multiple episodes, because that's just giving him the ability to show more of his vision and really dive into it. So for people who are out there who don't like that idea, you really can't sit there and say that it's bad that he's making it a series. If that's the case, and that's what happens, it's going to be fine. And I think it's better. And I think you all should think it's better as well. It's going to be excellent, guys. It's going to be a good time. And then he's going to take questions. Obviously, these are the pre-screened questions that were submitted at the DC Fandom site over the past month or so. And I think people need to realize that this is all pre-recorded. So they're going to take answers. They were all screened. They're going to answer certain questions. Can anything happen at this event? I kind of think that we're going to have a couple things. I know it's only 25 minutes. I do believe Ben Affleck is going to be there. I think the entire league is going to be there. I do. I can't imagine the entire league not being there, because Zack Snyder had his moment at Justice Con. That was all about Snyder. This is going to be about the actors and the people who put their hard work into this movie. And I think he's going to want to let that shine through as much as he can in that 25 minutes. That's the kind of guy Zack is. He's going to be like, look, here's the league. How excited are you? Everybody's going to get to express how excited they are for Zack Snyder's Justice League coming out. I think that's going to be what the highlight of that is. So yeah, that's the Justice League panel. I think there could be some surprises. I joke, I keep telling people I think it'd be funny and I think it'd be really interesting if Ryan Reynolds jumped on and was like, hey guys, oh, whoops. Sorry guys, wrong company, and then just leaves just to make fun of the whole Green Lantern stuff that's been going around. I just, with this whole thing with Green Lantern and him and Hawkman and him and everything like that, I just think it would be hilarious. I think DC has their finger on the pulse, especially with Ryan being friends with The Rock. He's friends with Zack Snyder. I think it could happen on one of those two panels. And that kind of leads me to what the next panel is, which is the Black Adam panel. Now, granted, it is only 15 minutes long, but it is a movie that's going to be coming out sooner rather than later. Filming was supposed to start this July, but COVID kind of prevented that from happening. I don't know where they're at in production. I'm not sure when they're starting. They may have already started, and there just hasn't been an official release stating that they have. But this year is going to be a feature with Dwayne Johnson, and he's going to just pretty much sit there, take some Q&A, and it says, and if is, my guess is this. I think we're going to get a cast breakdown for the movie. Obviously, Dwayne Johnson playing Black Adam. I think that the Hawkman rumors were true. I think there's stuff going on behind the scenes with that. It may have already been cast, and With the Culture Nerd may have been later after the fact, after he was cast. So when Ryan Reynolds said, no, I'm not being Hawkman, maybe he was serious because it was cast already, or maybe he was saying no and he was, or maybe it's something completely different. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Either way, because I don't have any insight. Either way, I think we're going to get a cast reveal for this, for at least the main players. I know we have Adam Smasher that's going to be in there, and that has already been cast. I don't have his name. I should have pulled that up, but I wasn't thinking. But yeah, that's Black Adam. I think we're going to get that. Again, I think that could be where Ryan Reynolds pops up. It would not surprise me at all if he popped up and was like, hey guys, sorry, see ya. But yeah, I mean, we got that as well. Moving through after this, and it's not to say that I'm not excited about a lot of other things, but the CNN Heroes, Real Life Heroes in the Age of Coronavirus, that is an important thing. I know I don't have it there, but there's so much other stuff I want to watch, and I'm hoping somebody kind of screen caps this and I can go back to it and watch it, because I think this is really interesting to sit there and talk about the heroes that shine light on real life every day, people making a difference in the communities, especially with the pandemic going on right now and how everything happens. So it'll be interesting to see what they do here with this and talk to people and everything like that. But honestly, I mean, that is pretty low on my list of what I want to watch when it comes to DC FanDome. And that's what makes this entire virtual experience so difficult, because there's so much to it that I want to watch. And I'm talking about just what's here in the Hall of Heroes, and there's so much other stuff. It's ridiculous. The final thing that I'm going to really talk a lot about is the to be announced thing here, because this is what's interesting. We knew that there was two. They alluded to two secret projects. I'm guessing the one is the DC Comics project, and the other being this here. There could well be another movie that is alluded to or hinted at or revealed, possibly even during this time frame here. I honestly think that there's going to be an announcement during Zack Snyder's panel for another movie. This one here, I think, is going to be the other one. I do believe we're going to get confirmation at some point for David Ayer's Suicide Squad. I have it on somewhat good authority that's going to happen here. I don't have solid evidence. I don't have somebody that's telling me, hey, it's 100% happening, but the people that I've talked to are pretty darn sure it's happening. So I think we're going to get that here. Ben Affleck's Batman could be here, because I think Suicide Squad, David Ayers is going to pop up during Justice League's panel. The Batman, or Ben Affleck's Batman, could pop up here, kind of hoping, but I don't know. I don't think they're going to announce the Batman. I think what they will announce during the Justice League panel is Ben is going to be around for a while, that he is back as Batman for this foreseeable future or something like that. That way they don't overshadow the Batman, Matt Reeves and Robert Pattinson's Batman. So I think that's what that is all about. I'm going to touch one more thing here before I take a few questions. The last thing, real quick, Aquaman panel, looking forward to that. It's kind of just a look back and review, maybe an official announcement for Aquaman 2, possibly. As Harley Quinn should be interesting. This was all pre-recorded and everything like that, so I'm sure they'll have the actual animated version answering the questions. Whatever, cool. Wonder Woman 80th celebration, awesome. They've done that with Superman and Batman in the past. At the conventions, makes sense that they're going to celebrate Wonder Woman as well. Shazam panel should be interesting. Let's see here. Suicide Squad killed the Justice League, another game that was revealed by Rocksteady last week. The Batman panel. This one here, real quick. Let's talk about it. Batman filmmaker Matt Reeves joins host and self-professed fangirl Aisha Tyler for a discussion of the upcoming film with a surprise or two for the fans, 30 minutes. I like the or two. It kind of alludes to maybe a Two-Face kind of tease there. Maybe there's Harvey Dent in the film. Maybe they're going to announce who's playing Harvey Dent. Maybe Two-Face is in the film. I doubt Two-Face is in it because I think Matt Reeves is going to take it. If they introduce Two-Face, they're actually going to show the creation of Two-Face like they did in the Dark Knight trilogy, but I don't think they're going to do it right away. I think it was just a nice little wink at the camera, hey, type of thing. But when it comes down to it, yeah, Batman panel kind of doing its thing. I think we're going to get a clip of some sort. Pretty cool. That kind of thing. Let's see. But with that all, I'm going to jump over here and I'm going to take some questions real quick. I think there's just one or two. Aside from Zack Snyder's Justice League, what's the next big film coming you're most interested in? To be completely honest with you, I am probably looking forward to, and it's not even the movie, it's a show, that is Justice League Dark. I know J.J. Abrams gets a lot of slack and flack, not slack. I mean, there's some people that just absolutely hate what he creates. And say what you want about the Rise of Skywalker or The Force Awakens or even the Star Trek films. He does have a very good filmmaking way about him. I loved Super 8. Super 8 is a fantastic movie. Mission Impossible 3. Come on, it's still one of my top 2 favorite Mission Impossible movies. So I really enjoy Abrams, and he is a good storyteller. And regardless of that horrible, ridiculous Superman script he wrote in the early 2000s, I am looking forward to what he and Bad Robot can do with the Justice League Dark show. That's pretty much what I'm looking forward to the most right now. Now, if they announce Ben Affleck's Batman, that is going to jump at the top of my list because I've loved Batman or Bruce or can't even talk. Ben Affleck as Batman. I think he is perfect for that role. I think his take on the character is fantastic. Plus, it's going to build on that whole thing that is Zack Snyder's Justice League and make it so much better than what we ever could have imagined. So, to me, those are what I'm most looking forward to. It looks like, yep, LOL. Okay. Looks like that's it. I know I didn't have too many people here watching me today. That's all right. These are kind of just short 20, 30-minute free talks. I just want to jump on, talk about some things. I am planning on having a show tomorrow, Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. If I can find somebody to talk with me, I don't want to sit here and talk to myself for an hour and a half. So please, if you do end up watching this before tomorrow, 6:30, jump on because I'll sit down and definitely talk to people. But if after 45 minutes I don't really have anybody to talk to, definitely gonna not make it an hour and a half long show. But Colton is on vacation, so he can't be here. So hopefully somebody hears my Twitter cries and says, hey, I'll be on your show this week, because that's kind of what I'm hoping for. I kind of want to see somebody jump on my show that I don't always talk to. So with that said, I cannot talk today. I apologize. With that said, thanks for joining and checking in on me, South Cali guy. I can't thank you enough. You are jumping on every one of my streams and listening to me, asking questions. Thank you so much. I hope I get some more people doing that at some point in time, because that's what it's about. It's about talking to the fans, conversing with the fans and stuff like that. So thank you. I'll talk to you tomorrow.